Hello. Hi, guys. Good morning. We are live. Let me try to get this now set up to the... Okay, good. Looks good. That was easy. Hope everyone's doing okay. Looks like we're starting to join. So today's class is going to be a... we were calling it Ashtanga because all the vinyasa style classes we teach are Ashtanga based. So a guided vinyasa, Ashtanga based. Some fun sequencing, I think. Hey, Sandy. And hopefully you guys will enjoy. We're just going to give it like less than 30 seconds. So if you want to make sure if you're playing something in the background, turn that on. If you're grabbing a space heater or something, turn that on. Hey, Alana. And we are going to get going pretty soon. Hey, Patty. Hi, Nora. Miss you guys. Hopefully I'll get to actually see you in person soon. That would be nice. Oh, Corinne. How you doing? Glad you could join. Yay. All right. I think we should get started, and anyone else that joins can just pick up where we are. So come on into child's pose. And just take a few moments there. You can readjust the width. Hey, Mac, readjust the width of your knees. So something that you'll notice is that in yoga, there are so many different ways to approach the postures that we do. So if the knees go a little bit wider in your child's pose, sometimes students will feel that more in their hips. If you bring the inner thighs and the knees together, sometimes students will feel that more in their spine and their lower back. So just playing around with your child's pose today. And you don't have to try too hard. First few moments here, let your body relax a little bit and let your attention and your senses start to wake up and energize a lot more. So you notice what you feel through the sense of touch and skin. Just could start with the hands and fingertips. As you become aware of all the other pressure points and places of the body that touch the floor, and start to sink into those places. In every other posture we do today, you're going to have parts of the body that are connected to the ground. And you need to be aware of that. That's what you need to root yourself down into. So just feel all those pressure points as you start to maybe breathe a little bit more mindfully and consciously. Start to let the back of the body, shoulder blades, all the way to those low back ribs, start to let that area really swell and expand like a balloon as you inhale. Let the low belly fly in on the exhales, naturally starting to feel the low pelvic floor and the low belly start to engage. And then we'll rise up, hands and knees here, just to get a little bit of movement going. So with your inhales, you can dip your belly down, push the chest through the arms, start to lift your chin and gaze up. And then as you exhale, round and curl your spine, pull chin to chest, hug the low belly in. And then on the inhale, reverse it. So nice and simple, cat and cows to start. Getting the breath going with sound. With pressure, as you Ideally, you're going to keep the lips lightly sealed for the next 55 minutes or so. And just let the air move exclusively in and out through your nose. Feel both ends, the crown of the head and the tailbone moving here, and every bone, every joint in between. And so that we have 72 joints just along the spinal column alone. So try to feel as much as you can here as you take 2 or 3 more rounds. Nice and fluid. Nice and open. And then after that next exhalation, come into the tabletop pose and just slide the right shoulder and arm underneath and through for an easy thread the needle. You can use the left fingertips there. You can wrap the left arm behind your back. And again, feel the parts that connect to the ground, sink into them, sink into your outer shoulder. Maybe sink into the right temple or side of the head. Sink into your breath, let it really fill now. As you peel those left ribs back, just one more inhalation. And then as you exhale, if you did decide to wrap the arm, place it back down. And just simply arrive back in your tabletop and change sides. So thread the left arm through, left shoulder down to your mat. Let the left side of the head come down. Find an easy place to breathe for your neck. Take the wrap if you'd like it, or any other variation. Andy lengthened his arm out, so that might feel nice. Sink down on your exhale. Try to peel that right side up. Peek up on your next inhalation. And then with the right hand coming down again, come back to that tabletop pose. And then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And take a few moments just to pedal and walk this dog out. So one heel at a time. Lengthening. Notice the sensations through the backs of the ankles, the calves. Sometimes, we go really, really fast in this because it's a simple movement and we want to get going into the rest of the practice, but really trying to slow this down. Feel all of the opening, the stretch through the backs of your legs. Maybe notice points you haven't noticed before that may feel really tight today. And then take the feet and step them a little bit wider and maybe up an inch or two. And then take the right hand across and underneath. Try to catch the outer edge of your left ankle. And take a twist from there. Peek under the left armpit. Use that right hand just gently to help pull and twist the spine open. Low belly is in. Keep breathing deep, free circular breath. So we want to make that transition. It doesn't have to happen right away, but in these first few moments, transitioning to Ujjayi breath. And then replace the right hand where it was. Change sides. Left hand crosses under for the outer edge of the right shin, calf, or all the way down to the ankle if you can hold it. Now use the chin, try to look underneath you, go right under that armpit for 2 more deep breaths in. You got it. 1 more inhalation with sound. Exhalation, come back to down dog to the center. Step your feet a little closer together. And then high plank pose on your inhale, right into chaturanga today. Exhale. Inhale, upward dog. And then exhale over your toes. Downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, high plank pose. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. And go right into that downward facing dog. Nice job. From there, start to gaze and pick up the chin, gaze towards the hands. Take a little walk or a light hop to the top. Inhale, find some length, halfway lift, belly in. Exhale, forward fold, ribs to thighs. And then inhale, stand up and rise. Exhale, side bend to the right. On that inhale, reach up. And then exhale, side bend to your left. On the inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, and dive in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low, take a vinyasa. Right here all the way through. Take 3 really supercharged breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Push into the hands, and again, notice what parts as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you can ground down a little bit more. Take 1 more inhalation. Big exhalation there, and then inhale, tippy toes, look up. Exhale, walk or jump to the top. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bring it in. On the inhale, rise up. We'll just keep this one going. So exhale right away over to the right. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, left. On the inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Dive in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low. Go ahead and flow there. You can add in a push-up. You can add in a rewind. And if you just want to step back to downward dog today, just step back to downward dog. So we're all feeling a little bit different. As long as you're breathing, remember, we're waking up the senses, waking up the awareness. So keep breathing, notice what you feel. And try to just allow yourself to sink deeper into this experience, not necessarily having to push your body physically. And then we'll rise up with the heels, just another round here, walk or float. Top of that mat, inhale, lengthen out, and then exhale. Hold it in on the inhale, rise up, reaching up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, find a little rhythm with your breath. And just dance with it. Simple Surya Namaskara. Inhale, lift. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, high to low. Big back bend there, shoulders back, and then exhale over those toes, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Now from here, you can try it. You can take the knees down. We're going to try this, walking the hands back a little bit. Then you can do this with knees up or down. You're going to move your head forward, walk the toes in. We're going to try tripod head stance. You can start to lift your toes off the ground. You might roll out of it, that's okay. And then from your tripod, land your feet right back at the top of your mat. Go ahead and dangle, soften your knees. Interlace hands behind your back, nice big shoulder stretch. Come back to that deep breathing, Ujjayi breath with sound. Use that to really hollow out your belly and get a little bit deeper here. And then from there, relax the shoulders and hands, heel toe the feet together. Bend those knees and come right into chair pose, Utkatasana, raising your arms nice and high. We'll spend a few breaths here just to come back to that center, to drop down to your heels. And really try to lift all 10 of your toes off the mat, even if it feels like they won't come up. Now from there, take the hands together, lift your chin and look up. Take another big sip of air in. And then exhale, forward fold, heart to backs. Inhale, halfway lift and rise. Exhale, take your vinyasa, high to low. So this one's going to be a really straightforward sun salutation B. From down dog, without lifting your leg, just step your right foot forward. Turn that back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Good. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back and take your vinyasa. Same thing from down dog, but it's your left leg. So left foot steps forward. Back heel pivots and plants. Inhale, rise. Like a big wave, reach up. And then exhale, both hands straighten the foot. Step back, high to low. Inhaling upward. Exhaling, downward facing. Breathing in and out. Hug the low spine, let it kiss, and then pull your hips and your tailbone back. Good. From here, guys, listen up. Lift your right toes to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. This time, exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, lift it high. And then exhale, step through. Find your warrior one again. Hold it for about 3 to 5 breaths. We'll just see. We're just going to hold these now for a little bit of time. Spread your toes. Relax down into your front thigh. Try to let the left hip shine forward a little bit more towards the right big toe. Good. Now from there on your exhale, hands to heart center. Open up the hips. elbow to thigh for side angle. If you want to go a little bit deeper, start to take your hand down to the ground. You really have to descend down into your hips, let them lower as you lift and try to open your left ribs. Now that right knee is pushing into your right arm. Try to peek up for 2 more breaths in and out. And then from there, reverse your warrior. Reach the left hand back, let it slide down the leg. Right arm to the sky, hold that shape nice and high. Open up the inner right thigh, sink down a little bit deeper, another inch or 2. Right, you might discover a place where it really starts to burn, fire up. Sink down more if you haven't discovered that place, 2 breaths to go. And then dragonfly, low twisting lunge. Exhale, left hand down, right arm lifts, you're gonna pivot off of that back heel, so you're on the toes and the ball of the foot. From there, go ahead and drop your back knee down. Stay there, or some of you will go for the bind. Reach for the toes. And try to open up here as you draw your heel towards your glutes. Big thigh stretch. So feel those quads opening there as you sink down. Take another inhale or 2. And then let's exhale, vinyasa. Pick up the right toes, step back. High to low, take a push-up. Inhale, upward dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog, left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring knee in towards nose. Inhale and high. And then exhale, take that giant step through. Set up your warrior 1. Go nice and deep this time in the left hip. Stay with that breath as you point the right side forward. Lifting through the arms, maybe lifting your chin. And then we're just gonna flow right into side angle. Hands down to heart center, turn to the side. Elbow to thigh as you swim that right arm over your top ear. Maybe you'll take fingertips or hand down. But also remember to drop your thighs. If the floor feels really far away from you, grab a block. Really sink down in those hips. Try to pick up the chin, see your top hand for 2 more breaths. These are breaths with sound. Here it is as it comes in. Here it is as it goes out. And then reverse it. Right hand reaches back. That's going to be your support on the thighs. You reach the left hand high. Sink down another inch or 2 in that left leg. And even here without looking, can you tell if your left knee is kind of rolling in? You open up the hip so the knee is pointing in the same direction as your toes. If you have to look, it's all right. Hold that shape, sink down. And then we'll move into our twist dragonfly with the right hand to the ground. Pivot on the toes of the back foot and start to reach through your top hand. You can stay there, you can drop your knee and stay there. Some of you will reach back for the bind. A little cheat for the bind is bring the foot over to the side first, and then once you have it, you can open up, right? Sometimes that bind feels really hard. That's like a little cheat that I found to go get the bind. And sometimes the knee is just a little uncomfortable, so you can always pad it with a blanket or something. Just take another breath here, heel in. And then from there, let's take the vinyasa, high to low push-up. Release that. Really nice strong chaturanga. Inhale upward. Good. Exhale downward. Come into your high plank pose, top of your push-up, and just hold. Really take some loud, strong breaths here. So really fire it up. It's almost like this strong furnace. In and out. Right, loud enough that you can hear, audibly hear the sound of your breathing. Now, if the knees come down at any point, you can try to pick them back up. We're just staying for 5 more. Just want to make sure we're building heat as we go through these sequences. 4. Good, you've got 3. You've got 2 right there. Join us for this last breath. Then right to downward facing dog. Exhale, bum to the sky. Right, now listen up, everybody. Lift your right toes nice and high. Inhale, right leg high. As you exhale, don't step as far forward. Step the right foot about a foot behind your palms. Spin your back heel down for sky archer. On the inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. So you wanted a shorter stance between your feet. You can catch your wrists, lift up. Try to even out your hips. Like if your left side has gotten really, really sassy and you're sticking it out, try to tuck your tailbone down and even that out. From there, keep the hips even and release it into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand comes down towards the shin, towards the ankle, maybe towards your toes. Pick up your gaze towards your left thumb and breathe. Finding that moment where you can sink into what's connected to the ground, root your feet down to strengthen your legs. Notice what sensations are there, don't rush it. Just feeling everything and breathing from the inside out. Good, let's look down together. Left hand comes to the ground, a little bit in front of your big toe. From there, side plank Vashisthasana with or without the bind. So if you hold on to the foot, you might decide to extend the leg up. We've got 5 breaths. Good, 4 breaths, take a knee down. For a modification, just try to find an edge, guys. 3 breaths. Belly is in, squeeze those left ribs in, 2 breaths. Right into fallen triangle, so come back to the center. Bring your right leg across and underneath, slide it out to the floor, and lift that left hand high. So it's almost like side plank, you change directions, but you get a little leg extension now, and you can push into the outer edge of your right foot. Try to open up like a back bend, really lean back. Nice, beautiful stretch through the left side of the body. Nice, strong engagement through the right side of your body. Good, and then your reward for all of that is pigeon pose. Bring the right knee back over to the right wrist. Wiggle your left toes back a little bit. And then start to walk the hands out for 5. So just breathing here. Notice if the breath got a little bit agitated there. If that transition from side plank to fallen triangle messed with your equanimity, just come backward, pigeon pose on the right. And then from here, come up onto the fingertips, stay in those pigeon legs. Walk the hands back by your hips. So you'll notice the hands can be forward. They can also come back a little bit. So you'll try that. Maybe one hand, maybe the other hand. Good. Try to arch just a little bit, shoulders back. And then from there, try to squeeze both hips together. So it feels like you're going to grow an inch. So you squeeze the pelvic floor up and in. We're going to take the hands to the sky, hold that shape. So you're not sinking into your flexibility here, right? It's almost like you're trying to resist your hips sinking down. Pick up your hips from your low pelvic floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3. Once upon a time, we call this angry pigeon pose, right? It's really, really hard. 2. Woo, and 1. Hands now return back in front, tuck those toes. Send the right leg back, but float the toes off the ground, right up there. Good, exhale, lower down, chaturanga and hold, chaturanga and hold. Push it right back up. Right toes are still floating. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push it right back up. Last one, this one takes you to up dog. Exhale, toes down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lift your left leg to the sky, nice and high. Now remember, you're gonna step it through, but not in between the hands. Come about a foot behind them. Spin your back heel down for sky archer. Wave the left arm high. Take a moment to notice your hips in this shape. That right butt cheek is sticking way out and back. Tuck it under, and then from there, release it into your triangle pose. Left fingers will come down somewhere. And once you have that stability beneath you, try to gaze up towards the ceiling or sky if you're outside. We have had some beautiful weather these past few days. I don't know if this is a good time to talk about the weather, but it has been really nice. If you guys haven't gotten outside, you should. Unless you have allergies, then it's probably not a good idea. Take one more inhale in. And then exhale, look down. Right hand to the ground in front of that foot. You got your side plank. Any variation. I know one of these sides is a little bit more challenging for me, but that's all right. Just go with it. And breathe. We're at 2 of 5. 3. Good. 4, almost there. And then fall in triangle on 5. Maybe those toes don't even touch the ground. You're just going to slide and slip that left leg through to the other side. Wave your right arm nice and high. Keep breathing there as you take that back bend through the upper part of the body and spine, through your right side. Feel a bit of a stretch. Let your head go and breathe. And then from there, let's slip into that pigeon pose. So left knee comes over to the left wrist. And then you can take the first few breaths as a little bit of recovery after all that hard work. Lengthening out, evening out. Strengthening and softening your breath. Throughout practice, right, we come up against hard edges in the breath, in the body, in the mind. Any edge you come up against, just try to breathe with it. Try to soften into it. It's only temporary. And then we'll rise up to fingertips. Now, hands can go in front, one hand back, both hands back, right alongside those hips. Take a little bit of an arch there in your spine, just to feel this. Now from there, squeeze your pelvic floor up and in. So you want to feel like you lift about an inch up. Take hands to heart. Some of you take hands up to the sky and keep floating those hips. Don't let them come down or droop down. You've got 4 more. Good. Hug right and left side together. 3. Push down through your left shin. 2. And then on 1, 3-limbed chaturanga. 3-limbed chaturanga. So that means left toes are not touching the ground here. Lower down to your push-up. Come right back up to it. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to your push-up. Inhale. This third one takes you down. So exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Woo. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Start to gaze towards your hands. Take a walk or a float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Heel toe to feet about hip distance apart. Catch hold of your big toes, peace sign fingers. Inhale, pick up the chest, your belly, and straighten your arms. Exhale, forward fold, heart down towards the knees and shins. Take 5 deep breaths in. So if you're at home and you don't know what I'm talking about, when I say bind your big toes, you want to take your peace sign fingers in between and around your big toe. So yes, you are standing on your fingers, but you wrap around. So don't go this way, okay? You've got 2 more breaths. And then we'll take the second variation, which is Padahastasana, and now you're going to stand on your hands. Exhale, slide the palms underneath you till toes meet wrists. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold it in. Go ahead and take those 5 big sips of air in. Big sips of air out. If you encounter an edge in the hamstrings, in the back, in the mind, soften into it. Let it go with your next exhalation. And then from here, inhale halfway up. Good. Exhale, release the hands. Heel toe them a little bit further apart. And then come down into a Malasana squat. This will be a little bit different for everyone. It might be challenging to keep your heels down or close to the ground. That's all right. You can lift your heels and just balance there. Try to open up and soften and float through the crown of your head so you feel like your spine is growing a little bit taller. Squeeze your knees into your elbows. And then just for a moment, push your elbows back into your knees. So this becomes a really, really active position. You're firing up the inner thighs. Go ahead and breathe. And then just like that pigeon pose, try to come up just 1 inch by squeezing your pelvic floor. So just 1 inch, keep squeezing your knees into your elbows. Some of you might come up just a little bit higher until maybe your legs start to tremble and shake. So mine are. Hopefully yours are getting to that point. And then from there, release back into your flexibility. Let your hips sink down. Take your hands to the ground. From there, lift those heels up. Knees high up on the arms, as high as you can get them. Crow pose, Bakasana. Lean right into those fingers and lift your toes. 5 breaths. 4 breaths. Stay with it for 3. For 2. And on 1, you can step or jump back. Inhale upward. Exhale downward. Awesome job. Take a few breaths in that downward facing dog. You can pedal it out 1 heel at a time. And then from here, right toes lift to the sky. Exhale, step your foot through. Back heel turns down. Inhale, come up to warrior 1. You've been here before. So even out your hips. Let's actually take hands to hips. From there, you can straighten your front leg a little bit and hop that back foot up. Just about a few inches. Now you can really square your hips. Left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, lift your chin, your ribs up, and then exhale, forward fold. Take a dive in, not on top or to the side like me. And then hands can come down today. If you're really wanting the bind behind the back in reverse prayer, you can do that. So you can just use your fingertips today. Push into the right heel. Try to lift your right toes up and pull that right hip back in space. From there, let your left ribs come down to your right shin. So you're really feeling this little mini twist as you bow, nice and deep in this position here. From there, lift the chin up, scoot it forward right up into standing splits. Let your left toes come off the ground. You can use right hand on back of right ankle or calf. Hold on to that. Keep breathing. Try to bow your head and tuck your chin a little bit more. Let this really be a deep forward fold here. Round and curl belly in. And then from there, take the top leg, crisscross it like curtsy, all the way down to seated twist. So drop the left knee behind and outside of your right heel. Nice. From there, guys, even out the hips again. Now, you want to round a little bit here. Try not to back bend into the twist. Curl, and then lean over and hook that elbow. From there, start to look back. You can take any variation in the arms that you'd like. Gazing back over your right shoulder. Try to really rinse it out all the way from the lowest part of your belly. So from your belly button, all the way up through your ribs. Rotate and revolve around. Keep the right big toe rooted down. And then with your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, just release, uncross the foot, lean into it for a half moon. So start to rock right up onto the right fingertips as you lift your left leg to the sky. So listen up if you're confused. You're balancing on your right leg. Right fingertips are down. Left leg is floating. Left hand is reaching high. You're in half moon. You can grab a block, put a book underneath you for the hand, whatever works for you. Try to kick through that left heel a little bit more. Good. Keep your gaze steady. Take left hand to the ground. Square your hips. Turn your left toes down. Looking. Look to the side. Some of you will be able to pick up your eyes and your gaze towards that right hand, top hand. Stay with it. You're almost there. And then vinyasa, high to low, step back. Go ahead and flow, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. You can hang out here and just kind of rock side to side there, look over your shoulders. We'll meet up in down dog, and we're gonna try that on the left side, left toes high. And then exhale, step it up, start off in warrior A. So just using that classic warrior pose to start us off today, to even everything out. Breathing, posture, notice your hips sink down. And then hands to hips just as a guide. Hop the back foot up a little as you straighten your legs. Even it out and then start to fold over your left thigh. Now this left hip, right? Left butt cheek, draw it back and in. Back and in. If it's really out to the side and forward, pull it back. Use your fingertips to help you balance. Put a little weight into your right heel. Try to pick up your left toes. And then bow your nose down. And it's up to you if you want to look at your big toe or you want to look in and fold, it's fine. Just take a few more breaths here. Right side melts in. Good, and then you just transition by picking up the chin, pick up your head, lean the weight forward right into standing splits. You can readjust the hands. Let it be a nice deep forward fold. So curl, low belly in, tuck your chin. Push a little bit more through the left toes. And then from there, we're gonna sit down. Crisscross right knee behind the left heel. Center yourself again, make sure both hips are connected to the ground. And hug that right heel in, round and hug in. Move those ribs over to the side and start to take that twist. Find some breath even here, even in this really deep squeeze, guys, in and out. With the lips sealed, the teeth, the tongue are relaxed. Gazing back. And then go ahead, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the twist, uncross the foot, and then reach that left hand way out as you rock and roll right up into your half moon. Right side is floating high. So this time you're balancing on your left. You're reaching through the right. Breathing in and out. Just a little bit more kick through that right heel. Root down to the left. From there, you're looking down maybe already, or start to transition right into the ground, the block, the book, whatever you have. Square your hips, right toes point down, and start to lift your left hand high. Now, rather than just moving from this arm, right, you can kind of wave it back. Take your heart and your ribs with you as you try to lift that arm up for the last 2 or 3 breaths. Now, if you want to do an inversion handstand people, this is going to be your opportunity to take a few hops up. You want to skip it, vinyasa, meet us in down dog. And then from that downward facing dog, we're going to hop forward to the top of the mat. Good. Soften the knees. They're a little bit maybe further apart. You can dangle through the head. Interlace hands behind back, another shoulder stretch here. So whatever variation feels good. Good, and then from there, slowly start to come all the way up. Just one last little moment of balancing here. You're gonna stay facing forward. I'm gonna turn to the camera. Take your hands to your hips. Find a nice tall spine, even it out. And then start to pick up your right toe. So right knee is gonna lift. You're balancing on your left foot. If you want, hold on to the shin, or do that bind again. Peace sign fingers, wrap your big toe. From there, you're gonna start to extend and kick it out. Keep breathing. Find one spot to look at. We're gonna move on to the second variation, which is opening and rolling that hip out to the side without lifting the right hip up above the left. So keep that right hip down, look over your left shoulder. Few more deep breaths in here, rooting down. Whatever's touching the ground, remember, be aware of it. Be aware of that left foot. Be aware of the strength of your left leg. Now today it's coming back to the center. The hands are gonna change. Left hand reaches for the outer edge of the foot. Right arm reaches back, dancing Shiva. If you've come out, just try again. Variation is to hold your knee instead of your foot. Twist to the right. From there, back to the center, bend the knee, half lotus or figure four. Bring it in. Good. From there, if you're in the half lotus, you can go for the bind, you can go for the fold. If you're in figure four, you can also go for the fold. You just want to practice your balance staying upright today, it's fine too. We've got a couple more breaths just for you to play and feel. Good, and then start to come up if you're down. Kick those toes out. And exhale, let it go. Nice job, just one more side, and then we're gonna get low to the ground for the rest of class. So, root into that right hip, root into your right foot, reach down for the left knee. Some of you will grab that left big toe, and then you can go ahead and kick it out. Try to maybe make these the smoothest, deepest breaths, most connected ujjayi you've had all class, right? Even in this wobbly balance, this challenging pose. Open up, roll the knee, the toes out to the side. Let her be. Right? Your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth chance is just a breath away. Try again. Come back to the center for the switch. It's where you catch the outer edge and turn it into dancing Shiva twist. Try to look back if you can. Twisting to your left. Hold in your left knee or your left foot. Good, bring everything in figure four or half lotus position. Bind or not, it's up to you. And then from there, stay up or fold. Inhale, starting to rise if you're down. Let's all exhale back to 2 feet together. Nice job. Top of your mat, guys. Inhale, arms nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a vinyasa, high to low. From your down dog, just like you began, child's pose, knees down. Settle into the ground. Settle into your breath. Maybe now you can really notice whole body alive with sensation, tingling, pulsating, heating, expanding, contracting. And then from there, you can work on the prep, or you can come up to it today, or even go to a wall. Rise up out of your child's pose, come onto the elbows. And sometimes a good gauge for this is if you were on the elbows, you could reach the forearms across and you would be able to grab the opposite elbow. And that's a good distance marker for how far apart your elbows should be. Then uncross and take the hands together. Keep the elbows at that distance and make a little basket for the back of the head. From there, you can come up off of the knees. Now, this might be a good enough headstand for you. Some of you will walk those toes forward, and then some of you will start to fold up. Try to hang out here for 10 breaths. We're all going to meet in child's pose. When you're done, about halfway there. Come on down when you're ready. And then from here, rising up, let's find an easy seated position. So you're facing the front edge of your mat. I'm just turning to the side. Hands come down, flex your feet. Dandasana staff pose, just to orient your hips, your sitting bones down into the ground. Feel your seat. Lift your chest and tuck your chin. Good. From there, chin up. Reach forward, bind those big toes again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and fold. Dandasana, forward fold. Try to really hollow out the front side of the belly. So it feels like you're trying to fold over something, right? Or this image of a beach ball, we used that last week. Try to fold over something, right? Pull the front ribs in, pull the low belly in, and keep moving crown of the head out towards your toes. And then from there, stay in the fold. Just go for a second option to your bind. So grab the outer edges of your feet or grab your wrists beyond your feet. And then inhale, lengthen a little bit again. Exhale, forward fold back in. 5 last breaths in your Ashtanga variation. Inhale, pick up your head. Exhale, release. Just a little bit of a counter stretch here. Walk the hands back. Roll onto the sacrum. So tuck that tailbone under. And then pick up your hips for 5 breaths. Variation is bending the knees and planting the feet. Or straight legs, reverse plank pose, reverse table pose. Let your head go if it's already on your neck. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Last breath. Slowly come down. And then just one last seated fold, Janu Shirshasana A. Pull the right heel in like a tree pose. Start to fold over your left leg. Grabbing for foot, for wrist. Whatever you can hold on to. Inhale, little leg. And then exhale, big fold. Deep fold, all the way up. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And you're going to change sides from there. Right leg out. Left heel in. Good. And then slowly start to release this shape. Lying down onto your back. Walk the feet in once you're on your back. And just take a big exhale to the side and release some of the weight. Feel the spine into the ground here. You can even do a gentle rock side to side. And then arms alongside the body. Press up to bridge pose. On the inhale, rock through the hips. Lift your low belly up. You can keep the hands there or interlace them underneath you. Allowing your breath to do whatever it wants to do now. You don't have to control it too much. If it's deep, let it be deep. If it wants to move towards a shallower breath, let it be shallow. Come on down, roll down and rest for a moment. You can kind of rock on the lower back, just side to side, nice and easy. We're just going to take one more final back bend. So repeat your bridge pose, or take your hands alongside the ears, and you can push up to upward facing bow from there. And then when you're ready to come down, come down. Knees are going to squeeze in. And you'll start to release and melt into a spinal twist. So knees over to the right. Rock your chin to the left. Relax your eyes. Bring your knees up through the center. Go ahead and change sides. Let them rock and release all the way over to the left. As you already start to feel and receive one of the benefits of your practice, which is this really easy state of relaxation, of just softening in. You can tell your practice has worked if silence and stillness are very welcome. All right, and then come back to the center here. Lengthen your legs out and release into Shavasana. Arms alongside the body. Find a comfortable place for your hands. And we'll take these last few moments of rest together. I'll let you know. I'll give you a cue to start to wake back up. But for now, just allow yourself to sink into this stillness. Shavasana, letting go. Take some time now just to come back to the sensations in your body, your breathing, your toes, your fingertips. Take a few stretches, and in the next few seconds, you can start to move your way up to an easy seated position, across the shins or across the ankles. And just noticing how you feel here, sitting up nice and tall. Take your hands to heart center, and we'll take a deep breath in together. Inhale fully. Exhale, bow forwards. Seal your practice, all of your amazing effort that you made this morning. It's not easy at home. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, gently let your eyes open. Namaste, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully you can come back this evening for a little bit of yin and juice. We're doing a special cocktail. If you haven't seen the video, you can go and check that out.
6:30.
6:30. Yes, it's at 6:30. So hopefully that that will work for you later on. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. You guys have questions? You are all welcome. No problem. And I hope you all have a good day. So yeah, tonight 6:30. Bunch of other classes happening throughout the week. I know, our schedule is pretty much going to stay the same. For the rest of this quarantine, however long it takes. So Tuesdays, 9:30 vinyasa. Friday, Ashtanga. Wait, I feel like I'm missing something. You teach, Monday 9:30 vinyasa. Tuesday, 9:30 vinyasa. Friday, 9:30 Ashtanga. Friday, 6 o'clock yin. Okay? So have an awesome day. And, always open to feedback. If you guys want like a different type of class or something else or whatever, let me know. And that's it. I'm going to go eat some breakfast. I don't know about y'all, but bye, Hillary. Bye, Sandy. You guys are so welcome. Bye, Patty, Nor, Alana, Trisha. Love all of you. And hopefully, I know, I wish I could see your guys' faces, but I don't have a Zoom account. And I feel like this is better anyway, because it just stays up. So if you miss the class, bye, Nor. If you miss the class, you can come back to it later. But the sad part about it is that I can't see you guys, which is sad, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll definitely do one more of those Zoom yogi calls with wine before this is all over. So stay tuned for that as well. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And I will see you maybe tonight or see you on Monday or Tuesday next week. All right. Bye. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Love y'all.